Hello and welcome to this video. Now, this is a witch. We did the campaign with her and I did it with my partner, so it was like level 72. From there to here, I've been using Herald of Thunder base build. Now, this number looks very, very low, but with all the shocks, all the everything, we get up to 500,000 plus. Now, it's not the be all end all, but we haven't got like top level gems or anything. That's level 19 just. But I'm using it to level, and it's a very good leveler. It's reaching sort of its cap towards that T16 boss. We've been having a bunch of lag, mainly because there's winds and storms and stuff in the area, but I do have a bunch of beach maps. Yeah, whatever. So hopefully it's not too laggy, but it's windy, stormy, and PoE this league has been pretty laggy off and on. But in general, this is our trigger pretty much. You need something to shock the enemies. We do have other triggers. We have ignore that, I'm leveling that up for the build I'm going to turn into. Where is it? Crackling Lance. We have Crackling Lance, Conductivity, Hex Touch Support, and Cast when damage taken. Frostblink, obviously just movement. We have Cold Snap with Cast on Damage, Inspiration for lower cost. Just checking that, yeah, 42. Because I did accidentally level it up, so I was double checking. I actually brought it back down. Because the line that you need to worry about for cast when damage taken is this gem can only support skill gems that require 42 or lower. Curses seem to be immune to that because we do curse things and we are running a level 19. Sigil of Power, extra damage, and this we're using for the 50% quality plus 5 levels. It's not max rolled, it's 5 to 8, and so we're getting a huge amount of quality from the helmet plus some levels, and pretty much you run around, not that guy, you just hit things, go around, and we're not weak as far as a lot. We do have some recovery, but as you can see, we are literally just running around. The only problem is the way we have it set up. We have this, the last line, take 300 damage, lightning damage when Herald of Thunder hits an enemy. That helps with cast when damage taken, because 661 damage. So pretty much between this ring and this ring, we only have to take 61 damage to cast all our cast on damage. So anything that doesn't die from our initial just blast will hit us, and we'll take 61 damage, and we'll cast all our cast on damage taken. The problem comes when we get something tanky, or we end up with a like that. We get a little stuck in between everything, and we start taking some damage. On top of that, our cast Herald of Thunder triggers all the time, causing us to take 600 damage all the time, and then we end up dead because we pretty much killed ourselves, because the Herald of Thunder trigger turns into like a negative. We are having a bit of trouble with boss DPS on the T16s. We're level 86 now. And I'll just show you. I'll probably portal out. This one's not too bad, but we can. I like Herald Thunder because one, it gives decent damage just by itself. But we can just like sit back and let everything happen. And we don't actually have to go in for a Herald Thunder. And you can see, boss died. Already got that, but I'll sell it. So yeah, it's a nice little leveling build that you can use to either get your character up to the level you have to be to play the build you want, because some builds only really work once you're a certain level and you can get the enough passives and stuff to do it, or you're indecisive about what you actually want to be, but you know you want to be a witch, so you level up the character, and then once you actually got an idea, you have enough passives and everything to actually play the character. Now this guy's probably going to destroy us. I will take him on just for the video. Doesn't have any awesome rings or anything. That's a fairly good strength thing, but we'll just pick his pockets. And then yeah, he's not dying very quickly, as you can see. Get off me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ow. Run! Yeah. I like boss DPS, isn't that good? If it's been a tanky sort of map, I have been just skipping the boss and just going, yeah, well, that's one boss we're not going to beat up. Now the build I'm going to swap into will be a Spark of the Nova using replica Dragon Fangs, the Dawnbreaker, some gems obviously, and this chestplate will be our main parts of the build. I have seen Spark of the Nova / Arc builds that are like tanky. They are tanky, but the particular builds, if you go through it, most of it is using the Mercenary. So we look at the Mercenary, using Doriani's prototype to reduce the resistances of the enemy's lightning to match the mercs. So you drop the rings for negative lightning res rings and run the plate. Makes the guy really, really, really squishy, but then buffs the damage. On base, you do virtually no damage unless the merc is doing that. The one that I'm going to do that I did, I worked out that, doing it my way, I do, with like shocks, all that, I do about 14 to 16 million without the merc having anything to do with it. And then I do 17 to 19 million if I add to Amulet. If I add this and make our lightning damage lucky, we end up with 17 to 19 million. If we went to go the full way and use the merc abuse sort of thing, like you're not going to be able to do it any other league, so whatever you do needs to be able to work without the merc. in my opinion. But if we do use the Merc in that way, we'll end up doing around 30 million. So I don't think that's terrible, considering the tanky, awesome, ooh la la, costs you 50 to 80 div, does 7. Mine, including all the gems you got to buy and the gear, should only set me back 10 to 15. That's with the like quality gems. I found this doing Maven with my Blood Sacrament guy. You can just use Lightning Pen. Just get a 2020 Lightning Pen and put that in instead. But I had this already, so I might as well use it. But yeah, no Awakened Gems except for that one because I had it. Else I'd just use a Lightning Pen normal. And yeah, with buying all the gems, if you had the gems, it would be way cheaper. Cost you maybe 10. But buying all the gems, be 10, 15 div. And we can do up to about 30 mil with the setup that I worked out. And be tanky. That's 100% spell suppression. So, and it's 90% fizz reduction, but the bigger the hit, the less that actually matters. So, for the most content, we'll be pretty tanky physically. Elementally, we'll take even less damage because spell suppression makes it 50% of the elemental coming through actually hurts you. Will be res capped plus some, so it's even less. So it's like 10% of the actual elemental damage coming through that's actually going to even hit us. So yeah, we're going to be tanky. And we're not going to spend that much. And we're going to do 7 to 10 times the amount of damage of their base damage sort of thing. Obviously, the higher ends more towards like the 3+ times, 5 times. And yeah, so we're going to spend like 5 times less and do like 5 to 7 times more damage. So leveling this guy up has been fun. He is reaching his cap of like, I don't want to spend a bunch of currency on this guy when I'm going to actually do another character. This cost me 2 div. The shield cost me 3. Where I put it? 3 because it's got 19, 19, 19 for the damage taken as fire, and it's got a good increased armor due to the quality and everything. So yeah, it's not a terrible shield and not a terrible version of that shield. And scorched enemies have 10% minus res, but we're going to use exposure and stuff, which going to drop their res to minus 25, so that part doesn't matter. Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't stack, it's just what is the highest reduction that you are putting on that particular enemy or boss. So yeah, if you want a witch build that you can just level up nice and easy, like it's been pretty easy up until now. We are just reaching that sort of, okay, we don't quite have boss DPS, but we can go through, and as long as nothing scary is in our map, we can go through and level our character pretty easy. We got this. I'll just go through the gear. That's a pair of boots I had from like start of the league. I actually gambled for those. I just needed something that had some res and the right sockets. So yeah, our gear is not like, oh my god, gear, how passive tree looks like this. We're up here taking this. This helps huge amount. Do get this. You do need this to actually take it to that next step. This is good for survivability. We're taking the static blows on our amulet, so we can do that. We're doing more shock. We can get like a 65 shock. We are taking some block nodes just to make us defensively better. We are 74, 75. And reses, we're 82 lightning, 78, 77. So, and physical, we're not really physical, but our block makes up for not being physical. That's where that comes in. So yeah, level 86, this is our tree. We've obviously taken Shaper of Storms to do shock on every hit. We have the exposure, dropping it to 25%. And we got golems, so we can run more golems. Because I ideally would actually have the stone golem of self-guarding over this guy, but I haven't got one yet. And yeah, meat shield to help. But yeah, chaos res, I rarely got chaos res up, but we do have like a lot of uniques, so it makes it a little harder to get chaos res up. But yeah, if you got a witch, you want a leveler, and you're not using the particular skill that you're going to then end up with, do try this. This is very fun. All you do is just trigger the shock because you need the Herald of Thunder to hit a shocked enemy. So any hit with a witch, if you've got Shaper of Storms, shocks. So you could use any skill to actually trigger it. I just like Herald of, Lightning Conduit of the Heavens, and it does shock. The base Lightning Conduit does not. And yeah, you can use any trigger, but you trigger, you get the enemy shocked, you go through, blow it up with the chest plate. Because they can see shocked enemies will explode, dealing 5% of their life as lightning damage, which cannot shock. So you can't like sustain just through the chest plate. But yeah, we got a little bit of AoE pop throughout going around. But yeah, do try it. Do let me know whether you have tried it, because I don't usually play like Herald builds or auto bombers or Orobot type. So this was actually quite interesting and fun for me to actually play, because I don't usually play this sort of character. But I will be switching this to a more endgame witch, which I hope that between the tankiness and the damage, we'll be able to just see how far we can go with her. I want to be able to farm T17s with it. We'll see if we can get to there. I want to be able to farm originator maps. We'll see if we get there. Delirium would be like a single Acherum. Wouldn't be a bad thing to be able to run. Like, we have goals for where we want our witch to go. Whether we can hit those goals, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how tanky and all that we can actually make this character while still having that damage. But yeah, if we can just go around blowing everything up, because we're going to use this chest plate, so we're going to be blowing everything up. So yeah, do try this out. Do let me know whether you have tried this sort of stuff out or not. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this little video. It's a bit of a fun build, showcase sort of thing. But I'll catch you next time, and goodbye.